Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Peace and blessings. This is Empress Imani, and welcome to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. Today, you guys, we're going to talk about an inside job. An inside job, and what I am going to give you today is the key to your success. You heard me. The key to your success. Okay, so what am I talking about? First of all, let me just start by saying you hold the key to your success. Everything you need is already inside of you. You just need to know how to draw it out. And I'm going to help you with that today. Because the most important relationship that you have is the relationship with yourself. For wherever you go, you meet you. We're all mirrors of some sort, and we reflect each other, right? So wherever you go, you meet you. And the most important person that you should get to know and love is you. That's why here at Sacred Love Lessons, every day is Self-Love Day, right? Okay, so step one. How do we get the key? Step one. First of all, we're going to begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. And our brother Stephen Covey, he recommended that we do that. And we're going to go with that today. Begin with the end in mind. Success begins in your mind. Wealth and abundance begins in your mind. Whose mind? Your mind, my mind, respectively. And the mind that I'm referring to today is the subconscious mind. Okay? And let's just get into it a little bit. You're going to need some note-taking material. You may want a journal, a pen, your computer or something where you can take notes. Or maybe you just want to listen the first time and then go back and take notes, right? Okay, so what is the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is that part of your mind that has ideas, feelings, information that you are totally unaware of. It's like a program that's running on your cell phone, right? You know how you have programs running in the background on your cell phone? That is your subconscious mind as it relates to your body. It's running in the background on autopilot. And there's information programming stored in there that you are unaware of. Where is the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is housed in your heart. Okay? In your heart. And we're not talking about the body, physical heart. We're talking about your heart chakra. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Your subconscious mind is in your heart chakra. And just for purposes of speaking very clearly, I'm just going to say heart. Okay, that's where your subconscious mind is. Now, the subconscious mind, aka your heart, it determines your destiny. And I know you're wondering, well, how does that work? Okay, so this is how your mind works. You have your conscious mind, and then you have your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind, it makes up about 10% of your decision-making power, where your subconscious mind, the program that's running in the background, it makes up about 90% of your decision-making power. So when you're actually making a choice where you're using your critical thinking, your logic skills, your willpower, things like that, your short-term memory, that is coming from your conscious mind. That only makes up 10% of your decision-making power. But your subconscious mind, right? It's that part of the iceberg that's beneath the ocean that you cannot see, right? And that makes up 90% of your decision-making power. Now, what's in there? Your beliefs are in there. Your core values are in there. Your habits, your emotions, your long-term memory, your imagination is in there, right? And your intuition is tied in there too. It's all in there together. So your subconscious mind, the program that's on autopilot, running in the background in your system, is very, very important. And your subconscious mind holds the key to your destiny. Now let's talk a little bit more about the mind. So the mind collectively, subconscious, conscious mind, sits within your soul. What else makes up the soul? In your soul, you have your mind, your will, and your emotions, right? Your feelings, they're inside your soul, right? And then we've already discussed how your decision-making power that's coming from your mind is inside your soul, right? So that's what's contained in your soul. Now, let me give you an example, just to break it down a little bit for you. Okay, you have information that comes through you, through the body, through your senses, your sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, coming through your body, right? That's your conscious mind. Your conscious mind takes that information that's coming through your senses, through your body, and it downloads it to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind then takes that information and it acts on it, right? It makes the decision based on that information. So, for example, if you are putting garbage in, you probably more than likely will get garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. That's how it works. So through your body, you feed your body information through your sight, what you're looking at, sound, what you're listening to, smell, taste, what you're eating, smoking, drinking, all that kind of stuff. Touch, what you're doing with your body through your physical senses, like sex and things that are enjoyable to the physical touch, right? Could be massages, those type of things. But it's something that you're doing on a daily basis. You take in information into the conscious mind on a daily basis. The more you take it in, right, the more the conscious mind will download that information to the subconscious through the body. Now it's going from the body to the mind, right? And that's how your decisions are being made. They're being made within the soul, but they're coming in. The information is coming in from the outside through the body. And your mind holds the key to life. Because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, right? And I'm just saying he, but that's for you too, ladies. My feminine energy, that's for you too. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And keep in mind, that's where your mind is, in the heart. Both your conscious and your subconscious mind is contained within the heart. Now, we also know that your emotions are included in your soul. So I'm going to pause here and take a sidebar. This is why your emotions must be kept in balance, because your emotions, if your emotions are out of balance, someone can access your soulish realm through your emotions, because your mind, your will, and your emotions are housed within your soul, right? Although your mind, your subconscious mind, is the one that's influencing your decisions the most, your emotions, if they are out of balance, can also affect your decision-making power, okay? Now, I remember years ago, I used to listen to Joyce Meyer, and shout out to Joyce Meyer Ministries. I used to listen to her like all the time. And I remember how she talked about, I think she has a book called Battlefield of the Mind. And she talked about these things. And at the time, I read it and I took in the information. But it wasn't until recently that it was like the light went on. A couple years ago, it was like the light went on. Like, this is what Joyce Meyer meant when she said the battlefield of the mind, because there's so much noise in our world, and that information is just being poured onto you every day, right? Every day we're just bombarded with messages and media and information, and God bless these children out here today, because they're like 2 with tablets and whatnot, right? And so they're being bombarded with all of this information going into the conscious mind and then being downloaded into the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is where you begin to act out these things. And those actions, right, lead to your destiny. Whether it be good or not so good, it leads you to your destiny. So that's what she meant by battlefield of the mind. And it's like the light is finally on, right? Okay, so now that we've examined, right? We've begun with the end in mind in step 1. We have examined the subconscious mind, how it affects your decision-making power. Let's go to step 2. Step 2 is about examining your beliefs, your core values, your habits, your emotions, and checking in with your intuition, right? That's step 2. Then step 3 is all about programming or reprogramming your subconscious mind. Now, how do we do that? Well, we're going to refer back to whatever information you collect in step 2. It's going to be different for everybody, but whatever you collect. And let me just give you an example. Let's say you grew up in an environment, because a lot of this programming happens as a small child, right? We come here, just with a blank sheet of paper. And, those first years in childhood development are very, very important, because people begin to pour into your subconscious mind, and that information is then downloaded into your subconscious mind. So people pour into your conscious mind, and then it's downloaded into your subconscious mind as a child, right? And so let's say you grew up in a home where, I'm going to give you both sides, where it was a healthy, balanced environment. It was loving. Your parents affirmed you. They nurtured you and all of that. And you just grew up, a healthy child, right? Under those circumstances, in your subconscious mind, you will probably have a healthy belief of yourself, a healthy self-image. But on the opposing side of that, let's say you grew up in a home where there was neglect, you had shitty parents, abusive parents, and people were calling you names every day, body shaming you, telling you you were not good enough, just talking bad to you. And this really does happen to children, you guys. It really does. Body shaming you, telling you you're never going to be anything, or saying things to you like you're just like your father, just really negative things. And you're telling little children this every day. What you're doing is you're programming them, right? You're programming their little mind. You're poisoning their minds, right? You're pouring abuse and hurt and toxic behavior onto the child, into their conscious mind, because they're receiving all of that negativity. And then that information is then downloaded into their subconscious mind. Now the child, that's their norm. So all they know is chaos and disruption and toxic environment, right? So they grow up, and now you have an adult, male or female, you have an adult person who has now been programmed from way back when they were like a young child. So now they're having to go through the reprogram stage where they're having to use their words, right? They're having to release limiting beliefs. And that's our number 1. You want to replace limiting beliefs. If you grew up in an environment where people told you, just horrible things about you, which were untrue. And now you have to reprogram your subconscious mind. You do that by replacing those limiting beliefs. This is an example. I am enough. And this is why I so love the I am exercise, because you begin to pour into yourself. You ask yourself, who am I? Right? And I don't ever say I'm enough. I say I am more than enough. I am more than enough. And you just begin to pour into yourself whatever it is that you discovered in step 2. When you examine those things, then you come back with a positive, reaffirming statement to override that. Now, you don't just do this, right? One and done. That's not how this works. This is a daily practice. It doesn't take much out of your schedule to do this, but if you want the key, because we're talking about the key to your success, right? I have my key, you guys. We're talking about the key to your success. If you want the key to your success, and this is a challenge for you, and it doesn't have to be that particular limiting belief. It could be anything, right? It could be anything. You have to reprogram your subconscious mind. You do it every day by replacing that limiting belief with something that will affirm you. Okay? Then number 2, you want to visualize. Use your imagination. Your imagination is also in your subconscious mind. And that's the thing about the subconscious mind. First of all, the subconscious mind never sleeps, right? That's why you should never sleep with your TV going, because the subconscious mind is up at all times and it is unable to distinguish with what is real and what is not real. So if you fall asleep with your TV on and there's all kind of manner of whatnot going on the TV, that is being poured into your subconscious mind, right? It's being poured into your subconscious mind, and you don't want that, right? So visualize, use your imagination that is in your subconscious mind. Use your imagination to visualize you doing whatever it is you want to do, the successful you, the, just whatever, the turn up you, however you want it to be. Visualize yourself being that, because that's who you really are. Your highest self, that's who you really are. You just now need to convey that to your lower self, right? Your subconscious mind. Then you want to do number 3, mirror work. Now, mirror work is a combination of both, where you use your words and you're looking into the mirror and you're affirming yourself while you're in the mirror. And sometimes, I do it all the time, you guys. I used to post all the time on Facebook pictures of me. I catch my reflection in the side of a building, in a window, in my car, looking in the rear view mirror, just wherever. And I tell myself, Imani, I'm so proud of you, girl. I like how you handled this. I like what you're doing. I like your level of commitment to yourself. I like your level of discipline. I'm really proud of you. And if I need to forgive myself for something, I say that too. If I need to tell myself, I'm committed to you, Imani. I am committed to you, to your well-being, to your happiness every day. And I promise to show up for you every day. I get in the mirror. I say that to myself. That's mirror work, right? And number 4 is gratitude. This is a daily practice. It's just about being grateful. It's about giving thanks. This practice here will keep your vibration high. It will help to motivate you to stay the course. It will keep, and there's always something, you guys, to be grateful for. There's always something. If you can hear me right now, be grateful for your hearing, right? Be grateful for your hearing. Then number 5 is mindfulness. You want to be very mindful about what you watch, movies, TV, all that kind of stuff. I used to be this huge fan of crime shows like Law and Order, Criminal Minds, Forensic Files. Like, I could just go on and on with all the different names, right? But I can't. It's certain movies I can no longer watch. music, right? I love, 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 love music. But sometimes I'll be like, what did they say? I'm listening to the words. Or I'll even go a step further, and I'll go, like, if I really like a song, I'll go look up the words. And even like old school songs from the 70s, the 80s that I love, y'all, if those words are not sitting right with me, I don't sing that stuff no more. Like, who is that? Remember that song, Secret Lovers? That song is about adultery. Hell no. Like, no. And or what's that song that comes on? I don't know the name of it, but he be talking about looking like fraud, something about fraud or whatever. It's just certain trigger words, right, that will just turn me off. If you're talking about anything immoral, unethical, breaking the law, anything like that, I'm not with any of that. If you're talking about some foolishness, like a lot of Mary J songs, I can't sing Mary J. Blige no more. A lot of her stuff. Some of Jill Scott, I can't sing anymore. It's just like, I can't. The words are no longer in alignment with my spirit, and I just can't do it anymore. So you just, practice mindfulness, because garbage in, garbage out. Okay. And then number 5, eliminate toxic people. When you're ascending, everyone can't go. Okay, that's just the way it works. Everyone can't go. And so sometimes, because they're on a different path and a different journey than where you are, everyone don't want to hear what you're talking about. All this positivity and light you talking about. If they're living in shadow, they don't want to hear about all of that. So they not going to be on board with your transformation. And some people will go so far as to try to keep you stagnant. They will try to hold you back on purpose. They will say little things that kind of, nip at your self-confidence. And you just can't have that. So number 6, eliminate toxic people. You go through this process, and it's not a one and done, you guys. This is a daily practice. Well, you're not going to eliminate people every day, but you get the point. You're going to incorporate these into your daily life, and it's a lifestyle. It is the way you will live. This is how you get the key to your success. It is an inside job. No one can do it for you. You can't cheat. You can't ride somebody's coattail. It doesn't work like that, you guys. It is an inside job, and everyone must carry their own water. Repeat after me. Everyone must carry their own water. Everything you need is already inside of you. That's all I have for you today, you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to go over to House of Sacred Loves. We have a mind-body detox. It's a 21-day affirmation program. It will help you get started to your key to success, right? It's over at houseofsacredlove.com. And until we speak again, you guys, be the light.